Shalom from Kerem Biavna. The wicked nation of Amalek was mezaka us, so to speak, in two mitzvahs. The mitzvah of Zahiras Ma'aseh Amalek, which we performed on Shabbos, and the mitzvah of Mechiyas Amalek. What is the relationship between these two mitzvot? There are those that assume, the Sefer HaChinuch seems to take this position, that the mitzvah of Zahira is there as a preparation of the mitzvah of Mechiyah. The Torah is interested in our waging war against Amalek, eradicating the nation of Amalek, and we're encouraged to do so when we remember the terrible intentions and actions of Amalek. And in fact, in the Haftarah that we read, HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells Shmuel that I remember what Amalek did to you, and therefore go and wage war against him. On the other hand, the Minchas Chinuch feels that perhaps these two are distinct. Whereas the Sefer HaChinuch says that women that are exempt from Mechiyat Amalek are patur from Zichirat Maaseh Amalek. After all, says the Sefer HaChinuch, that Mechiyat Amalek, the mitzvah of waging war, is only on men, not on women, and therefore they're also patur of the mitzvah of Zahira. Says the Minchas Chinuch that perhaps these two mitzvahs are distinct. And even assuming women are patur from Mechiyah, perhaps they're still chayav in Zichirat Maaseh Amalek. If we assume, like the Minchas Chinuch, that these mitzvahs are distinct, what's the nature of the mitzvah of Zahira? So one could explain, based on the Yalkut Shimoni, that gives a mashal. There was once a king that had an orchard with a very beautiful fruit. There was a watchdog there to protect the orchard. A friend of the king was enticed by those luscious-looking fruit and tried to steal some of the fruit from the orchard. However, he ended up with a hole in his pants. The watchdog came and attacked him. Years later, when the king suspected that perhaps the friend would step out of line again and would try to steal from the orchard once more, the king did not want to embarrass the friend by telling him, remember when you stole in the past what happened? But rather, what the king did, he reminded him, he said, remember that wild dog that bit your pants? Similarly, says the Midrash, Moshe Rabbeinu did not want to embarrass the Jewish people by reminding them directly of that which they sinned in Refidim by asking Ayesh Hashem B'Kirbeinu. Rather, he hinted to them that they sinned by telling them to remember Amalek. According to that Midrash, it would seem that the nature of the mitzvah of Zahiras Maaseh Amalek is to remember that when we sin, there are plenty of wild dogs out there, harmful forces that are ready to attack us, ready to punish us. So thus we have the Sefer HaChinuch that understands that Zahiras Maaseh Amalek is to incite us to arouse our anger, so we'll go and fight Amalek. On the other hand, we have the Minchas Chinuch, which together with the Yalkut Shimoni might understand that the nature of the mitzvah of Zahiras Maaseh Amalek is to remind us that when we sin, then punishment is not so far away. This machlokas could also impact how we understand the pasuk. The pasuk says, "Va'ata ayef v'yagea v'lo yarei Elokim." Who is lo yarei Elokim referring to? Rashi, most Mefarshim explained that this goes back on Amalek. Amalek was lo yarei Elokim. However, according to the Yalkut Shimoni, it could be that lo yarei Elokim is referring to the Jewish people. Just like to add the following Musar thought. According to the Yalkut Shimoni, so the mitzvah of Zahiras Maaseh Amalek is not there to incite us, to get us angry at Amalek, but nevertheless, I feel it does play an important role in preparing us for the war against Amalek, and this is in the following sense. Waging war against Amalek is a mitzvah that seems pretty harsh. To wage war, to wipe out an entire nation, it's something which apparently is necessary to get rid of the evil in the world. However, before we get rid of the evil on the outside, it's critical for us to correct our own deeds. We need to first get rid of the Amalek within ourselves. When we remember the lesson of the Yalkut Shimoni, when we remember that if we sin, we're severely punished, that's something that will encourage us to do proper tshuva, to purify ourselves. Once we purify ourselves and get rid of the Amalek within us, we'll be properly equipped to get rid of the Amalek on the outside and pave the way for that day in which Alu Moshe B'Har Tzion, Lishpot Es Harisav, Vaisel Hashem HaMlucha. Have a happy Purim.